Jen, I think I'm officially done. I'm a hollow shell of a man.
Lift your head up, Ben. You're getting drool on the podcast mic, and that's a professional hazard.
I slept for 9 hours last night, Jen. 9 full hours. Why do I feel like I've been dragged behind a bus, then trampled by a herd of elephants, and finally tossed into a swamp?
Because coffee isn't a cure for a soul leak, Alexander. You're on your 4th espresso, and you're still vibrating.
It's Alex when I'm dying, okay? And don't give me that soul leak poetic crap. It feels like a 50-pound lead weight is glued inside my skull. I tried to practice my English presentation, the one for the board, and the words just floated away. I looked at the script and it looked like ancient hieroglyphics.
That's not tiredness, Ben. That's systemic bankruptcy. Your cognitive bank is deep in the red, and you're trying to take out a high-interest loan with that caffeine.
My brain is wet cotton candy. I used to be the guy who could pull all-nighters and hit the gym at 6 a.m. Now, my biggest ambition is to stare at a blank beige wall for 4 hours without crying.
I've been there. 2 years ago, I was the queen of the grind, checking emails at midnight, waking up to Slack pings at 5 a.m. I was a digital zombie. I'd be talking to a client and suddenly realize I hadn't heard a single word they said for 5 minutes.
Exactly. That's the time out. Yesterday, I forgot the word for toaster. I called it the bread burner box. My coworkers looked at me like I'd finally lost the last marble in my head. It's humiliating.
Because you're wasting your executive function on garbage, Ben.
Garbage? I'm working.
No, you're not. You're relaxing by scrolling through TikTok for 2 hours. That's not rest. That's passive input overload. Your brain has to process 500 faces and 500 hot takes in 20 minutes. That's more work for your prefrontal cortex than writing a report.
Wait, so you're saying my breaks are actually making me tired?
Bingo! You're trying to fill your hunger with digital sawdust.
Digital sawdust. Man, that's brutal. But it's true. I spend my breaks looking at other people's perfect lives, and I go back to work feeling 10 times more depleted. It's like eating junk food when you're starving. It fills the hole, but it doesn't give you any real energy.
It's a slow leak. You're walking a thin tightrope over a canyon of exhaustion. If you don't find the micro drains, you're going to hit a total system crash.
I'm already flickering, Jen. The fan is spinning, the battery's at 1%, and the screen is glitching.
Then we need to stop the micro drains before the whole building burns down. Admit it, your resting habits are actually a full-time job you aren't getting paid for.
Fine, I admit it. My phone is my boss, and he's a jerk. But what am I supposed to do? Sit in a dark room and hum?
We'll get to the dark room part, but first, you have to realize that being busy isn't a badge of honor. It's a warning sign you've been ignoring.
I haven't been ignoring it. I've just been too tired to read the sign.
Do say. But today, we're putting the bread burner box away and fixing your actual brain.
Please, before I start forgetting how to use a fork.
You remember that night I ended up in the ER last summer?
Yeah, the panic attack that wasn't a panic attack.
Exactly. My chest was tight, hands shaking, cold sweat. I thought my heart was giving out at 26. The doctor looked at my vitals, then looked at me and asked, "When was the last time you spent an hour without a screen or a goal?"
I bet you laughed in his face.
I did. I told him I didn't have time for that nonsense. I had projects, I had deadlines, I had a career to build.
And let me guess, he didn't care about your projects.
He said, then you'd better make time for being sick because your body is about to shut you down manually. It hit me like a ton of bricks. We think we're being efficient, but we're just burning the house down to keep ourselves warm for 5 minutes.
I've felt that manual shutdown coming. Last month, I went camping. No reception, no pings, just trees. By day 3, I felt like a superhero. My English was sharper, my focus was insane. Then I came back to the city, plugged in, and within 48 hours, the fog was back.
Because you're in a state of constant alert. Your nervous system thinks there's a lion in the room because your phone pings every 30 seconds. You're hustling yourself into an early grave, Ben.
But everyone else seems to be doing it. You look at LinkedIn and everyone is thrilled to announce their 18-hour workdays.
LinkedIn is a lie, Ben. It's a highlight reel of people who are probably crying in their cars before they go into the office. Comparing your inside to their outside is the fastest way to stay fatigued.
It's a double drain for us. Navigating this loud, exhausting world is hard enough, but doing it while trying to maintain native level performance and everything, it's a cognitive tax we don't realize we're paying.
Especially for our listeners, trying to learn a language when your brain is at 2% battery is like trying to run a marathon in high heels while carrying a piano. It's impossible.
Cognitively bankrupt. That's me. I try to learn a new phrase and my brain just says, internal server error. Please try again when you aren't dying.
We have to stop glorifying the grind and start glorifying the recovery. If an athlete didn't recover, they'd be out of the league in a month. Why do we think our brains are any different?
Because we think rest is for the weak or for people who don't have bills to pay.
And that's why you're staring at a bread burner box, wondering why it isn't making your coffee, Ben. You need a system reset. And I'm not talking about a 20-minute nap.
Okay, I'm ready for the sledgehammer of truth. How do I stop the emergency room from becoming my next vacation spot?
Okay, the coffee is going in the trash. Well, after this sip. How do I fix the slow leak? How do I wake up feeling like a human being instead of a reanimated corpse?
We start with an energy audit. For the next 3 days, you're going to be a scientist. Notice what sucks your energy and what gives it back.
I already know. My morning email check sucks it. Instagram sucks it. Meeting with Steve from marketing definitely sucks it.
Then cut them. Well, maybe don't cut Steve yet, you need the job, but you can cut the digital noise. For every hour of input, you need 20 minutes of silence. No headphones, no music, no podcasts, just your own thoughts.
Silence? Jen, have you met my thoughts? They're loud. They're annoying. They're constantly reminding me of that embarrassing thing I said in 2012.
That's the clutter trying to leave. Let it talk, then let it go. And you need a tech sunset. No screens 2 hours before bed. Read a real physical book. You know, the ones made of dead trees?
I've heard of those. They don't have notifications, right?
0 notifications. And the most important rule, protect your mornings. Don't give your first hour to the world. No emails, no news, no social media. Use that hour to set your own vibe.
That's my biggest sin. I check my phone before my eyes are even open. I'm inviting the whole world's problems into my bed at 7 a.m.
Exactly. You're starting the day in a reactive state. You're already fatigued by noon because you've already fought 100 imaginary battles on Twitter before you even brushed your teeth.
I'm actually looking forward to the silence now. It's scary, but necessary. I'm gonna go for a walk. No phone, no podcasts, just me and the bread burner box in my head.
That's the spirit. Go find your battery bin. To our listeners, chronic fatigue isn't a badge of honor, it's a warning. You can't improve your English or your life if your brain is running on 2% battery.
I'm gonna go not do anything. It's gonna be glorious.
See you guys in the next episode, hopefully with more energy.
Catch you later. Stay quiet.
Bye.